Well, here we are. I do. Let's start over.
Welcome back to Dallas Cowboys. What would have happened if they would have went this way instead of that way? The first episode, obviously, we went one of the most iconic moments, especially in the last 6-7 years. What if Dez caught it? And we did our debate on that. And the second one we're going to do is we're going to rewind the clocks back to 1998. What would have happened if the Cowboys drafted Randy Moss? And just to give a little background, 97 was not a good year. Barry Switzer's last year as a coach. They went 6-10 the last 5 games of the season. It was it was just terrible. Barry Switzer resigns. They got Daly. They got the 8th overall pick, and there's a lot of buzz around about Randy Moss, and a lot of people think it's going to slide down to Dallas. Darren Woods is even quoted saying they brought Randy Moss in. And Jerry Jones went up to him. He said, if he falls to it, that's going to be our number 1 pick.
Wow.
So let's say, and I'll take the lead on this and then you can jump in. If they had drafted him, in my opinion, and I know this sort of discredits how hard it is to win a Super Bowl, but I look at it as what Minnesota did when they drafted him. All they did was just throw it deep to him. And that also helped. They had a receiver, Chris Carter, a veteran receiver. It helped him out. I think they won, and I'm not 100% because it's so far back. They won like 9 or 10 games. I know they squashed us on Thanksgiving, and all they did was just throw it deep to Randy Moss. So you put our team, our offense, because I don't think Minnesota's offense was as good as ours.
No.
Chris Carter is a Hall of Famer receiver. I respect him. He's not Michael Irvin.
Right. No, not at all.
You put Randy Moss on the other side of Michael Irvin, you've got a problem because Randy Moss is better than Alvin Harper, and Michael Irvin's best years was when he had Alvin Harper. That's going to open it up for Emmitt Smith. Aikman can throw it to whoever he wants. I think they went 10-6 in '98. I say you definitely win at least 1 or 2 more games at least.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
you go deep into the playoffs because that year they went 10-6, but they didn't win the playoffs. They played Arizona in the wild card, and Arizona beat us. That was so frustrating. I remember that game. But they were just missing something.
Right.
And you bring in a playmaker like that caliber,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think you go. I think you go.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go back to my bold statement. I think they win another Super Bowl.
I mean, think about what you just said. You put Michael Irvin and Randy Moss. If you're a fan of the Cowboys or not, you tell anybody that matchup, and they're like, that's like the 2 best. That's the best combo ever.
Yeah.
Come on, it's Randy Moss.
Oh my God! I mean, and then you look at the domino effect. It was 98 was over. 99, they started out 3-0.
Yeah.
They were rolling. The defense was a little even better.
Yeah.
Then you go up to Philly, and what happens? Michael Irvin catches that slant, buries his neck into the turf. He's career ending. It's over. And then you keep going. There's a great documentary the Cowboys came out. I think it was called The Domino Effect, the Randy Moss Effect. What does Jerry Jones do at the end of 99? He trades 2 first-round picks for Joey Galloway. Now, Joey Galloway's a great receiver.
Yeah.
First of all, he's not Michael Irvin.
No.
He's not the leadership that Michael Irvin brought. And 2, you gave away 2 first-round picks. I know what Seattle spent on one of those first-round picks. Sean Alexander, the great running back.
Running back, which worked out for them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not saying we would have got a running back because we still had Emmitt Smith. But again, you got Sean Alexander sitting there. You might take him.
You might.
So, to me, not taking Randy Moss, really, it was a domino effect for years to come because maybe Michael Irvin doesn't get hurt. Maybe Aikman plays another year or 2. But he just didn't have nobody to throw the ball to, and he was getting killed back there. His last season, I think he got like 3 concussions.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Who would?
No, yeah.
So, take away the fact that my bold statement didn't win another Super Bowl, but at least to me, this team would have been dominant for a few more years, and definitely Irvin, if he doesn't get hurt, plays in another few years, and Aikman might have played another year or two.
Mhm.
So this not picking him, really, I
really
think
did.
it really caused a domino effect that spiraled it, and then we get to 3, 5, and 11 seasons and
Yeah.
all that. And nothing against who we picked. We picked Greg Ellis.
Yeah,
He was great.
great, but
But I remember liking the pick, being a
Yeah.
kid, not really knowing.
Right.
And I remember telling my dad, "But we needed a defensive end. We got Greg Ellis."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, how many touchdowns does Greg Ellis have?"
right.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Like, when you put it like that, I mean, sure, you know.
So-
yeah,
That's my opinion. Even if you take away my statement, you don't agree with that, I say you at least take away, and again, freak things happen. Maybe Michael Irvin gets hit another way. Maybe you take away that injury. Maybe Aikman plays a little longer,
yeah,
and we weren't in such a playoff drought,
right.
and it wouldn't have been such a collapse because it was a free fall from '93
yeah.
to that point. It wasn't the same team. You knew you weren't as good as they were, and a lot of that had to do with the head coach. But
Yeah, a lot of factors, but
and I think Chan Gailey was an offensive genius. I don't know if he should have been head coach and offensive coordinator.
Right.
I think he was an offensive genius, and you give him those tools because Emmett's stats went up too.
Yeah.
He rejuvenized the running game. In '97, it was bad. It was horrible. And in '96, he got hurt. He got partially paralyzed for a little bit on the field. But yeah, so that's my opinion, and I throw it over to you. What would you think?
no, I mean, it's hard to disagree with all that when you put it like that. I mean, even if, like you said, even if Michael Irvin doesn't go down, you have that threat, double-headed threat. Even if he does, and when he did go down, you still have Randy Moss.
And you don't have to trade
You
two
don't
first round
have to
picks.
trade the 2 round. You can't argue with that. You just
Yeah.
really can't. You just really can't. It's just too good of an argument, too good of a statement to make. You just can't argue with that.
These are fun, you know. We're big Cowboy fans. We love talking about this. We didn't get a lot of feedback. You know, go back and watch it. Or Des Bryant, did he catch it? Did he not? Give us some comments on that.
Yeah.
Give us some comments on this. You know, obviously we're going to keep this thing going because it's fun talking about the history and what if happens. There's several places in time we can do this at, and if you guys have any ideas, let us know, and we'll gladly do them.
Mm-hmm.
So let us know, and see you in another one.
See ya. Dallas Cowboys never should have traded for Roy Williams.
At least not a first, second round pick. Whatever they gave was too much. Still had T.O.
Yeah.
That was terrible.